12:26, you're listening to the Mid Morning Talk on Salam Media with me, Mari Mokonda. Ashraful Aid supports various projects for Syrian refugees on both the Syria and Turkish side of the border. The team are on the ground to review projects, assess further needs, and get first-hand accounts of the situation. And here to tell us more, we have the COO of Ashraful Aid, Yusuf Nabee. Assalamu alaikum, Yusuf. Shukran for joining me.
Wa alaikum assalam, Sister Mariam.
All right. So, tell us about your experience there. I mean, you are on the ground to review projects and to also get first-hand experience of the situation that is currently at hand. Please explain to us what is happening at the moment.
We arrived in Turkey a few days ago, and we've been exploring, visiting various refugee camps across the Turkish side. And
Hmm.
what we're seeing is that there is still a dire need amongst certain refugees for assistance, from the camps to the orphanages to we are actually on our way at the moment to meet Syrian refugee families who currently don't have anything or any assistance. So the need is still quite dire. With over 6 million refugees displaced within Syria as a result of the war, the assistance that's required is immense. Is immense.
Mm. Now, how has Ashraful Aid been assisting the Syrian refugees?
So Ashraful Aid has been assisting for a number of years now with food relief and other projects. So currently we visited, for example, yesterday because Syrian refugees have been living in tents for years, and this cannot be a
Hmm.
permanent solution. So there is a lot of work now being done by various organizations and our partner organizations in the area to try and build houses to give families a permanent solution. So we visited a project yesterday where we were building 20 houses, and alhamdulillah, those houses are almost complete. We hope to hand them over during Ramadan, and that will give 20 families a chance at setting up a permanent solution as rebuilding their lives. We also provide food aid, extensive food aid on a regular basis to refugees. And we've been distributing food hampers and vouchers and hygiene packs to various
Hmm.
community centers in Rehanli, near Azaz, and now we're in the Urfa region on the Turkish side where they have 500,000 refugees, and we're providing assistance to some of those refugees here as well.
Subhanallah. And from your experience, going to visit the refugees, meeting orphan children, what has that taught you? What lessons did you learn from this experience?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's heartbreaking
Mm.
meeting. I mean, we met um, a, a gentleman who had a thriving business in Syria, and he was hit by a sniper, and he has been bedridden ever since. And as a result of that, he's lost everything. He's lost everything as a result of that. You know, he's got 4 children that he needs to provide. Meeting orphans, we had lunch with 400 orphans in an orphanage yesterday, and just looking at the children, you realize that children are the most vulnerable victims of war, the ones that are most affected. And I think it's
Hmm.
taught us to be a bit more, at least from my perspective, is that one that it takes so little sacrifice from our side because we have so much to be able to help so many people who really just live for just getting the next meal or getting a bit of assistance to be able to rebuild their lives. Um, so, coming back home, and I'm here with others as well, we all are starting to really reflect on how much more we could probably provide assistance by making very small sacrifices on our side.
Hmm.
There's a desperate need for education. There's a desperate need for education facilities to be provided because whole generations of Syrian kids are being lost because there are no schools, there is no education being provided, there are no facilities. So in Urfa, we're looking at a vocational training center, for example, that we support, and to see how we can do more of those sorts of efforts in addition to the food relief and everything else that we have.
Hmm. And how can the listeners get involved?
Well, I think the listeners have always been contributing, and there's a definite need for more contributions. Ashraful Aid and various organizations do provide assistance on the ground, but the listeners can get involved by providing donations. They can visit our website or contact our offices and find out more about the projects that we run. And obviously, when we come back from Syria, we will report back in terms of what we found out and what are some of the new projects that we need to undertake, particularly in the area of education. So I urge listeners to continue to provide assistance because the need continues to be dire, and
Mm-hmm.
there's an extensive need.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, shukran for your time, Brother Yusuf, and for giving us some insight. And like you said, when once you return, we'll get some more feedback on the entire experience, inshallah. But for now, continue the good work.
Appreciate your time and appreciate your listeners as well.
Okay. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
uh, the COO of Ashraful Aid, Yusuf Nabee, giving us insight on their current project. And wow, I came across these messages that were shared to me about their days in Syria as well as on the Turkish side of it. Very emotional indeed, very heartbreaking, and even if you don't have anything to give, what you can do is be grateful for what you already have. Gratitude goes a long way. And if you think that these people aren't grateful for the little that they have, they are they are grateful. They appreciate every little help that they get from anyone, any organization who is currently there assisting. And you can assist as well. You can do your bit by helping them out. Education is one of the biggest needs at the moment, and you can go to www.ashrafulaid.org for more information and how to support this and other projects as well. That's www.ashrafulaid.org. You are listening to the Mid Morning Talk on Salam Media. We will be right back.